alone in the game room with Luna Gamer Alex. Alright, so we're going to be playing Endeavor Deep Sea again, and what I'm going to do is actually I'm going to move back from mission 7 to mission 5 because I want to address something. It's kind of funny. I mean, this is, I guess, the problem sometimes when you're playing by yourself, you know, like here I'm pretty much the only person playing my board games, playing my video games. It's just me. You know. And I also don't have a lot of interactions, you know, while I'm playing my board games. Because mostly, just like when I'm playing like video games, usually, like for example, a game that I want to play for myself, you know, I don't go around looking for videos, looking for tips, hints, and stuff like that. So it's easy, you know, because I don't like spoilers and I like to approach things my way, you know. And last night while I was putting stuff away, I was setting up. I was going to reset mission 7 because I want to do it one more time. You know, that whole situation with the sea star and the fallen star, that whole confusion the past 3 sessions, I would say. I have figured out the reason why the sea star actually was not even supposed to be, why the sea star, you know, that whole situation with the sea star, why is the sea star still in the game when the sea star is supposed to be down at the bottom of the ocean? Because at the beginning of the manual, and what I did was I was kind of like looking back. I said I don't, because when you're setting up the mission, like it started actually with mission 5 with the fallen star, where it says terrible storm has sent the sea star crashing to the uncharted depths. Playing mission 1 through 4, there's always a sea star on the surface zone, right? So there's always a sea star, and then with the sea star, there's always there's another tile that always goes with the sea star, and that's the looking glass. So there's the sea star, and underneath it there's always the looking glass. And the first 4 missions, you always have those 2 tiles at the top of the first and the second layer. Okay, so like there's a staple for like the first 4 missions. So I guess I got normalized by that. So when I got to mission 5, you know, where they talk about the sea star crashing into the ocean depths. So there's a rescue mission or whatever. And I was like, okay, how come they're not telling us to remove the sea star out of the game? It is actually addressed in the manual, and it's kind of funny. It's so easy to forget about this because like, and I record every single session of my playthrough, or my attempt to play this game. So session 1, where I went through the whole manual and trying to understand how the game works. So I'm sure that I've read through it, but I don't remember it. And I think that's why it's important, like in the setup of the game, that they would put something that's more prominent or a reminder, like in the setup, the mission setup. I think that would have helped. I know that they're probably just hoping that people will remember everything, you know, but that's not the case. So what happens is, for some, there are 3 tiles in this whole game. There are 3 tiles that are mission specific, is what they're called. And this is addressed like in the manual, like the first, I think on page, and that's the only time that they address it. It was on page 4. It says boards with a star near the name are part of a specific mission. And it says find and discard every star board that your scenario setup doesn't instruct you to include. And that's all well and good if we have like, what is that condition where people can remember every single detail, that something deidic memory or something like that. If you have one of those, then yeah, I mean, I'm sure that if you think back, okay, yeah, there's that thing. But since it doesn't happen from the beginning of the game, like not until like mission 5, I didn't remember. You know, even when the situation like kind of logically calls for it, because the sea star crashed into the ocean depths, I didn't even remember it. Like the only reason why I was able to that I was reminded of this was because last night while I was setting it up, and I kept thinking to myself, okay, this doesn't make any sense because we were on mission 7, right? And where we have to rescue people from the sea star. Because what was it that prompted it? There was something that prompted me to check it out. I think, let me just get to that mission again, that mission panel. Something prompted me to look into the manual or look for a reason why things are not making sense. Oh, I was setting up for mission 8, I think. No, not mission 8. Oh yeah, I was setting up for mission 8. So I wasn't even I was trying I was putting I was resetting the board or resetting the table, and I was like, okay, should I redo mission 7 or should I do mission 8? And I was like, okay, I'm going to redo mission 7, but let me just check to see what mission 8 is all about. So I flipped the mission sheet, and I was reading through mission 8, and there's an instruction here for setup where it says shuffle the looking glass into depth 2 stack, and then it says shuffle the sea star, and I was like, okay, shuffle the sea star at the top. I didn't even think about it, right? Because the sea star is always in every game. But the part that was troubling to me is what it says shuffle the looking glass into depth 2 stack, and I was like, wait, why are they asking me to shuffle? That's supposed to already be a part of the game. Why is it that they're asking me specifically to shuffle that in? Isn't that always in every game? I mean, like this, the sea star part, I didn't even think about it. I was like, okay, yeah, they're just saying that, okay, the sea star is going to be randomly placed this time, was what I was thinking. But then I was, okay, that instruction doesn't make any sense at all to me. So I went through the manual, and that's when I saw, okay, so when there's that icon, that yellow star icon, that means that these panels are only added to the game when they ask you to add it to the game. But the problem is the first 4 missions, both panels are in the game. But the funny thing is, since I never really got into depth 5 and during the first 4 missions, so I've never pulled like the fallen star from depth 5, because fallen star shouldn't even be a part of the game for the first 4 missions, or even 5 and 6 mission. Yeah, because mission 5 and 6, you don't even you're not doing anything with the fallen star yet. So that's when I went to the manual and I saw that, oh, okay, now it makes sense. So it does make sense that when for mission 5 fallen star, when it says that the sea star crashing into the uncharted depths, because my first question was, okay, so how come it's not telling me to remove the sea star from the surface zone? Because we're talking about the same ship. But I was like, okay, so I guess there are multiple sea stars out there, so this one comes in. Because like the first thing I did was, because for the setup for mission 5, you have these 3 panels that are prerequisite, and then these 2 are like shuffled and selected at random. And when I did that first time I played mission 5, I actually pulled a sea star, and it didn't even hit me, because I was okay. But it actually did hit me in that way where I was like, it doesn't make any sense. Why is it that there's another sea star? But then I just rationalized it, multiple sea stars out there in the ocean. But it's actually the same sea stars what they're talking about here. I think what they should have done, instead of asking for the players to remember that, because especially if you play the game mission by mission, so you play mission 1 through mission 4, it becomes normalized that the sea star is always there. And the second one, the sea star and the looking glass. So there are only 3. There are only 3 panels in this game that are mission specific. Okay, you have the fallen star, you have the sea star. This is fallen star. You have the sea star, and then you have the looking glass, which is underneath the sea star. Okay, so these are the only 3 that are mission specific. I think what they should have done is, instead of dependent on being highly dependent on the player's memories of of that rule, they should have just like mentioned something in the setup, do not include quest specific tiles, or something something to that nature. Just make a mention of it so that people are reminded. Because the first 4 missions, if you're going mission by mission sequentially, like I was doing, it becomes just part of the game. I didn't even think about, okay, yeah, these tiles are not supposed to be in here. I didn't even think about removing Fallen Star. So I think they could have done a better job at trying to remind players of these things. But yeah, I mean, the good news here is the 4 games were not really impacted by the fact that I didn't remove these tiles. Well, for the first 4 games, it's really the Fallen Star, but like I said, I never really gotten that deep, and I don't think I've ever pulled a Fallen Star. But game 5, game 6, the last 3 games were impacted because these 2 were not supposed to be in the game, the Sea Star and the Looking Glass. So that's why I want to replay mission 5 through 7 again. Because of that, to be honest, it didn't have. At the end of the day, I think it wouldn't have changed things that much. Maybe, because to be honest, like, there are plenty of things that you have to do in these 2 tiles, but I think the rest of the surface tiles and Def 2 tiles, they're kind of similar activity-wise, so. But yeah, I just wish that they would remind me about making sure not to include specific panels. But I guess because there are only 3 panels, they just kind of hoping that people would just remember that you have good memory. That even though, like I said, I mean, it's not being reinforced, because the first 4 missions, yeah, they're just there. It's not being reinforced. It needed to be reinforced. Because there are places where they can put that even, like there's always like a little empty space there at the top where they can say, make sure to not include mission specific panels, something like that, so like a little asterisk, and then just do not include mission specific panels, something. But anyway, that's enough of my that's enough my rants about that. It's I missed it, and I still had fun playing it with the issues, with including those panels. But yes, that happens, I guess. Because I remember playing some of the games too. Like yeah, that happens with me on board games. I mean, it's so easy because I'm just tackling these board games alone by myself, and I don't watch a lot of board game videos myself because I want to, play them myself. Sometimes I'm interested in a particular board game. I would just look at written reviews mostly, So yeah, but that's me. I do that with video games too. Like if I'm interested in a particular video game, I would normally just go to the official website for the game to get information. Because there are a lot of spoilers out there, a lot of spoilers. I mean, it's bad enough that you go on YouTube. If a game is very popular and it's a game that I would be interested in playing eventually, there are always people posting spoilers. Like you can't, being a gamer who watches gaming content, YouTube is trying to recommend all these gaming videos, and sometimes they would recommend like spoilers and stuff. So I would normally, when that happens, I would just like turn off recommendations from that particular channel, because apparently those channels that are like putting spoilers out there, they don't care. They want to be like they're one of those people who just want to be first in figuring out something and then making people know, oh yeah, we figured this out, and here's the solution. And then the thumbnails usually are also very they don't respect other gamers who are just trying to play games on their own terms. I mean, they would put the spoilers right there in the thumbnails and all of those things. Dangerous place to be on YouTube if you're trying to avoid spoilers. But yeah, so errors are gonna happen, but I'm glad that I figured it out because it didn't make any sense to me, this whole sea star situation, but I'm glad that I figured it out. So that's why I'm in a rush to play the game again, because I was not gonna touch this game for like a week or something, just like last time, because just want to take away from break from it, especially after last night. But I have renewed vigor now that I figured out the sea star situation, to play the game again. So mission 5 is the fallen star. This is when the fallen star crashes into the uncharted depths. But here's there's a funny thing to this whole mission, because the sea star is missing because of a terrible storm. But the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna just while deep sea rescue and recovery races from afar. So I guess we're waiting for people to come and help us. In the meantime, we're gonna be doing other things. Scout the depths that you can reach to see how the disaster may have impacted the area. So first thing we do here is making sure that the sea star's demise didn't cause issues for the environment. So I guess in one way, I mean, that's being responsible. I guess you just have to look at it this way. You can't get to the sea star because it's way at the bottom of the ocean. So, but while you're still here, while you're in the area, you're going to make sure that it didn't have any negative impact on the environment. So, but anyway, mission 5 is that weird mission with 7 columns. So it takes up like the entirety of your play space, especially for me. Like, I don't have that big of a table to play my board games, because I have to be able to also fit it into this game room. And the current game room that I have right now actually is the smallest game room I've ever had. The best game room I've ever had was 3 houses ago. Let me see, 1, 2, 3 houses ago. Yeah, the one with a huge walk-in closet, and it's twice the size of this room. I really miss that game room, but yeah, this is one of the smallest. The last one was pretty big too, but the last one, actually, the closet space was small, but it was more like a temporary place for me. The last place I was at, so I couldn't even really maximize my use of that room because I didn't know how long I was going to stay there. But yeah, so my gaming, my tabletop board game space is kind of small. It's one of those foldable picnic table. It's what I use for my board games. So, all right. I don't know where I stopped. What I was talking about like 15 minutes ago. So we're just gonna continue. We're gonna start the game here. So mission 5, terrible storm sent the sea star crashing the uncharted depths. While deep sea rescue and recovery races in from afar, scout the depths so you can see how disaster may have impacted the area. So we have 7 columns here, so I have to make space here to accommodate for that. But I don't even know if we're gonna get all the way over there to the right hand side. So, but just in case. 1, 2, yeah, even that is not enough. So let me see, I still have a little bit more space. So 7 columns horizontally and 3 columns vertically. So this should be enough, I hope. Okay, so I'm going to start. I'm going to start over at the atoll here. So I get 1 coordination. Okay, let's check out. I already shuffled this, so let me just get 3 bonus gold and 4 setbacks. Yeah, since you have to move. The problem with this game is, especially if you have a limited space, you have to move stuff around to accommodate like the setup. And like I'm not used to having these here, so I hope I don't, you know, I don't keep hitting the containers here because I don't want those to be like scattered all over the place. That would be bad. So, but anyway, we'll try to be careful and just move slowly. So goal number 1 is search the near shallows. So they want you to have a vessel or sonar disc for the first 2 columns. So total of 7. So you can have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. And then you do conservations. You do conservation efforts for row 2 and 3. Okay, so they want you to have 8 of those. And then for the last 3, so you do have to reveal at least one of these. You need to do journaling and vessel. So either journal or a vessel, and they need 6 of those. So it's not too bad. And then 7 for the left-hand side. So the problem with this is it's not overlapping. I think this is the first time, like after you move from the first 4 missions, where you notice that the goals are not overlapping. So because you're doing different things at different locations. So so journaling has to be done here. So we should at least reveal this tile here. So I guess that should be our first move. So yeah, and then let's check out our first bonus mission and see what it says. Leftover research. Okay, this is good. It's not too difficult. As long as we do, we make sure that we do a lot of dives. But since we're also doing journaling and conservation, so it's going to be tricky, but we're just going to do the best that we can. Okay, and this is where the impact board actually splits. You can only choose one or the other dolphin. You need to get 15 total. If you focus on the second dolphin here, because the second dolphin has a lot of points at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You just need to get 8 impact tokens for you to be able to score 15 for the impact board goal to be met. So, but then you'll be missing out on the stats. So it's and you can only choose one dolphin per player. So once you start here, you can't go over here. The problem with that is if you go up this way, the maximum point that you can get is 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 points. So that means that you need to get 9 points from research. So which is probably not very possible, but when playing this game, you can never say that. So but seemingly the choice no, actually, because then as long as you're able to keep getting impact tokens, you can, well, so basically you need to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's 4. You need to have 17 impact tokens at the end of the game. It is possible to get that many, because I remember in one of the missions I was able to get quite a bit. So we'll see. Alright, so I selected to land over there, and I get coordination, and I'm going to go ahead and hire a sonar operator, and I get another coordination. Okay. Now we can get 2 back. I get 1. We'll just move these up here. I don't think we're going to get all the way to the 7th column, because I'm sure that I'm going to just... I don't want them to be over there because they're going to be in my way. We get 1... activation disc. We get 2 back, but we have 1. Okay, and that's it for round 1. So the first round, we're just going to go ahead and do a sonar, because we need to do sonar for that column anyway. For these 2 columns, we need to do all the way to 7 sonar activities, but including the vessels. So I'm going to go ahead. Oh, and I forgot to put the 4 random dive tokens there. And then the 3 random dive tokens here. Okay. So with that sonar action there, we get to reveal 1 and 2. So I'm going to select 1 surface zone and then 1 epipelagic zone. Even though it might be a good idea to actually choose from 2 surface zones, so we can select one that we like for over here. I think that would be the better choice. Let me just go ahead and do that, because we want to make sure that we get one with a journaling activity. So first one is a decommissioned oil rig. Okay, there's no journaling here, just conservation. So this is not one that we should prioritize. And then the second one is also conservation, so also not very good. Not to say that conservation is not a good thing to do, but I'm just saying that for us to be able to accomplish this, we need something with journaling. The funny thing is, like, without the sea star, there are only a total of 7 surface zone tiles. So so between these 2, I guess now it's just a matter of which bonus you want. Do I want coordination? Do I want reputation? Let's go with reputation, because you get reputation. Oh, both of them actually also give you an impact token. I mean, research point. This one has diving. You know what? Yeah, let's get the kelp forest. So that's going to be 1 reputation and 1 research point, and then we get to place 4 random diving tokens there. Okay, and that's it that we can do for round 1. Alright, so round 2, let's check the bonus goal and see what it says. Coordination and ingenuity. This is like 3rd time in a row that we get the same one. Resource. This is pretty good because well, nothing specific. When it comes to ingenuity here, there's well, we need to get as many vessels as possible, so that's going to help us. But this is not that hard to accomplish too. Just have to make sure that we keep moving the stats up. Okay, so now we have to choose a specialist. No, I get 2 impact tokens back, but I only have 1 really out. Let me see here. Do I want more coordination? Do I want an impact token already? If I get the impact token, I can also get an activation token. So maybe that would be the better choice. We need people who can journal also though. So maybe a diver also helps. I think we should go with a diver. Yeah, this is hard. Let's go with the diver. I'm gonna go with the diver. Okay. So we get 1 reputation. So next round we can recruit from specialist level 2. We get 1 impact activation disc. We get 2 back when we only used 1 last round. And that's it. Okay, so let's continue to do sonar. So I'm gonna go ahead. If we do sonar, the problem here is if we do sonar, we only get one back next round too. If we do journaling, if we actually do piloting and then diving, then we get both of those back. So maybe that's a better option, because at least when you pilot, you also get something out of it. Like, but we shouldn't journal too early, because journaling should be focused on here. You know what? We have to sonar again. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. Let's just do a sonar action. So this time I'm going to reveal that last tile there for the surface zone, and then a level 2 depth 2. So the surface zone looks like we got 2 journaling here with Volcanic Island, and that's a pretty good choice. Because we can do 2 journal research activities there. And then the other one is the sea turtle migration. This is good for conservation, because we do need to do conservation in depth 2 and 3. But between these two, I think I'm going to... With this you get reputation and inspiration. With this you get inspiration and an activation disc. I'm gonna select Volcanic Island. I think that's the better choice. Okay, so we're gonna place this. Let's get the 1 inspiration, 1 activation disc, and then the 2 random diving tokens there. Okay, now we got ourselves an activation there, so now we can do something else. So I'm gonna go ahead and have the team leader, doesn't matter if team leader or diver do it, but we're gonna dive here. So we can choose whether to get 4 research points, or we can choose to promote someone, and that's a pretty cool option. I think we should promote someone. That way we can get this back. So I'm going to go ahead and promote the sonar operator instead of getting the research point. So we're going to go ahead and get that back, and she's promoted to the acoustic engineer. We get another coordination, and now we can have the reef diver dive, because we're going to get both of those back next preparation phase. And then we get sonar or 3 research points, and this time we're going to get the research points. So 1, 2, 3, because we don't have an activation disc to do another sonar. And even she can do the sonar, so that would be redundant. We can save it for later, but we need the research points. So all right, so that's round 2. Now let's go to round 3. Let's check the last bonus gold for this game, for this mission. It's the same one like the last game, the same 3. I need to... Well, there's only so much you can shuffle, though. That's the thing. You can only shuffle so much of like a 6 card deck, you know. So fully completed zone. This one is hard because you have to, especially when the goals are so spread out, you have to do some stuff here, you have to do some stuff here, and then you have to do some stuff here. So it's like it's all over the place. It's hard to focus on that. But I would say it's not impossible. It's just very, very difficult. So okay, and we're going to recruit. We can recruit up to level 2 now. So I think we need to start getting this going. Ingenuity. So I think we may have to recruit the marine engineer, just so that we can get the research, the ingenuity, and then we get another vessel. That's a good option. I think that's where we need to go. The thing is, I mean, the team leader can always journal. We need to get 6 of them, 6 journals. So, but we also need to make sure that our vessel will be able to get to level depth 2 also. I think we have to. Well, we have no choice here. Well, we always have a choice, so, but we still need an ecologist. If we get the navigator now, the navigator can move or do a sonar, and then we get 2 activation disk. I think that might be better than choices in this game. They're both good choices actually. So we can either get a navigator or an ecologist. No, or the marine engineer. Well, I think I'm gonna go with the marine engineer. So, because let's get this second vessel going, and when we have the new vessel, we can choose any depth 1 zone as its launch zone. That way, we can also skip having to move that vessel to the location that we want it to go to. So I'm going to go ahead and recruit the marine engineer. Okay, so we get 2 ingenuity, 1, 2. So that means that we get another vessel. I'm going to place the vessel here. Okay, so we can start doing journals there. We only get 1 activation disk though from here, from our inspiration. We get 2 back, so we get both of these back. And that's it. We only have 3 tokens or discs to work with. And this is round 3, huh? And we have 4 more rounds to go after. Since we're here, we should definitely do some journals. We can do this one, or we can do this one, looks like. This one gives us 2 research. Ingenuity. This one only promotes. But then we can do conservation at a later time where there's a vessel in that particular depth, so any panel on that particular, on the same depth level. So they're both good options. I think we should go with this one because that's going to help with the conservation efforts. So I'm going to have the team leader do that because he's the only one who can do it. We're going to get extending conservation area of effectiveness. It's right here. Now, did I already get the? I think I didn't, because I got the marine engineer. I put the vessel here, and then this vessel, the landing bonus is actually another ingenuity. So we're actually supposed to get that here. Okay, almost forgot about that. That's the landing bonus. Okay, so he's going to complete this research journal. It's extending conservation area effectiveness. So that's 1 research point. But we're doing this wrong again. Hold on. Was it before? Okay, let me take care of stuff and then because we need to make sure that we take an action first with one of these guys before we do this. That way, when we promote them, we get the disc back. So let me just reset everything here, and then I'll be right back. I think I'm at 4, so let me double check that to make sure that I didn't take an extra research point. Alright, so I double checked, and we are supposed to have 4 points here for the research points. Okay, so before we do the general research, we should dive so we can promote the diver next. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. Where should we move? Let me see. We can move down this way now, but it's not necessary. Let me just see here. I think we should dive so we can get more research points. Let's do that. So we are going to dive right here. So we can actually do a move or travel, or we can get 3 research points. So I think we're gonna get the research points. So 1, 2, 3. So we're now at 7. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and do the journal research. We're going to do this one over here, which is extending conservation area of effectiveness. And with this, we will get the promotion and the ability to do conservation sites. Anywhere actually on, as long as you have a vessel for that particular depth in the same row. So this cost us 1 research point, so now we're at 6. And I'm going to place this here so we know that we can use it at a later time. Okay, so we're going to choose the reef diver to promote, so we get this back. And he's going to be promoted to the underwater photographer, and we get another reputation point. So, and then we'll have this replaced here. Okay. So now he can dive again. So if he dives again, then we will be completing this panel, which is good for thorough, because we need to get 4 panels completed. So let me go ahead and just do that then, because we're going to get these tokens disc back anyway. So he's going to go ahead and dive here, and we're going to mark that so that we know that it's all done. So we get 4 research points for that. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4. And let's put a marker there showing that we did it. I'll just use this red one. So we did this one. Okay. So that is round 3. Let's check our setback for round 4. And the first setback is reduce your lowest attribute by 2 or flip a senior specialist to its junior side. So I'm gonna just flip the diver back to junior side. This is ridiculous. Because I want to try and keep these, you know. We're struggling enough to move this up anyway, so I'm gonna keep the attribute where everything's at. So we're gonna demote the photographer back, the underwater photographer back to the reef diver. Okay, yeah, that's pretty nasty. So we'll place that up here. Or we'll, yeah, over here is fine for setbacks. Okay. All right, so now we can recruit again up to level 2. I think if now we're going to recruit the navigator, I think, just so that we can get 2 activation tokens. So let me go ahead and recruit the navigator. So we get inspiration. So that's 1. Now we get that activation, 2 activation tokens instead of just 1. Not tokens, disc. 2 activation disc. And then we can grab 2 back. We only have 1 in play. Okay, and that's it. All right, let's see what we can do here. We should do a sonar action. The problem is the sonar action should be done here. So we need to actually pilot this down this way. So I'm going to use the acoustic engineer to pilot that. Both the navigator or the acoustic engineer can actually pilot. So we do have another journal here that we can potentially research, but it's not matching any of the icons here. So we should move the vessel down. Okay. Let's do that. Move the vessel down using the navigator. Okay. I'm going to move this down here, and we get one ingenuity. And wow, if we do sonar there, we don't even, well, they just want you to make sure you have the disc. Fuck. Yeah, this is hard. Because we don't even get to reveal tiles there. Unless we move, we can always move, let's see, let's put this back here. Instead of moving down here, we should move over here. Let me move this way instead, so we get one research point. And then we can do a sonar reading there with the acoustic engineer. So we're going to reveal depth 1 to 2. We're going to reveal 2 depth 2s. So we got the shipwreck here. And then the second one is the sunken ruins. Okay, let me think. We need to do our journaling this row. 5, 6. EF. Okay, there's no journaling here at all, so this is, wow. No conservations. Conservations should only be done row 2 and 3. Yeah, this is crazy. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and select the sunken ruins, and we'll put it over here. So I get 1 ingenuity and 1 reputation, and then there's 4 dive tokens. So just go ahead and take care of that. Four random dive tokens. Alright. I can do one more thing. I guess we can dive here, but we're almost at max too of research points, so I think we should keep it. Oh, we should move the ship, at least move the vessel. God damn. We're only gonna get 2 back. Yeah, this is really, we're struggling here. I think we should stop there. We should. Okay, I'm just gonna go ahead and stop there. All right, let's go to the next round. We have 3 more rounds to go. Okay, next setback is all players move all of their vessels 2 zones up as far as they can go. Okay, that's only gonna impact 1. Oh, it impacts no vessels. Okay, that's good. Good, because we're already at the surface zone. Okay, so now I can recruit up to level 3. And I think I'm going to go ahead and recruit the marine biologist here. Oh yeah, I should have just, you know what, let's just cheat a little bit, okay? Because I'm really struggling. Because I didn't even see that. Why didn't I see that? I don't know. Because See, this is why it's important when you play this game is really plan out before you end your turn or the round. You have to look very, very closely. Okay. Because I can recruit up to level 3, and I know that if I get the marine biologist, I can get 3 points, and I get 3 tokens. No, oh, the token back is down here. No. That's not case. We're not gonna cheat. Cheating's bad anyway, but you know what? Let's not do that, because see, I'm looking at that wrong. From this point forward, whenever I play this game, I think I should just make it a rule for myself not to backtrack. You can't backtrack anymore. That's for damn sure. Okay. So no more backtracking. Once you made a decision, then you made a decision. So we're going to go ahead and recruit the marine biologist. Okay. So we get 2 inspiration for that. So that's 1, 2. So now we get 3 activation tokens. 1, 2, 3. Because I've played this enough, you know, where if I made a mistake, then I think it should be something that I have to deal with, you know. We get 2 back, so we're gonna grab these 2, and that's it. Okay. All right. We need a total of 7 sonar up here. So that's already 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then we can complete that up there. We can even do journaling. The problem with doing journaling up there doesn't count. I think we need to get this. No, let's reveal more. More of Def 2, I think. So we're definitely going to start with sonar. So we're going to have the navigator here. Go ahead and do a couple of sonar readings. So we get for Def 2, because it says 1 to 2. So I can either select submerged cave systems, and this is good because it has both conservation and journaling. This one, it only has this one also has journals and conservation. So we need to do 8 conservation efforts. So maybe this is the better option between these 2. I mean, like, this is tricky anyway because you can't travel through it. Let's select this one. Let's select the whale calving grounds. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and select that one. And we're going to place that A, B, C, D, E, F, G. We're going to place that here. But let me get the bonus first. 1 reputation and 1 coordination. So we get 3 back now, which is great. I'm going to place that right here. Okay. Next, I want to... the problem with that is the icon's not matching. Oh my galaxy. The only matching icon that I have for journaling is this one over here, so we have to reveal one more thing here. So I think I need to use the team leader to just get us here so we can do some conservation. Or not, the acoustic engineer actually. So let's just go ahead and use her. 1, 2, and then we get 1. We're at max now with research points. Let's do conservations. We can do conservations with 2, and then shit. All right, let's do conservation, because we can't do the journaling, unfortunately. Why is there a strange icon there with the calving calving panels grounds actually has a special rule. If you occupy the marked journal site when you conserve, you may conserve in this zone a 2nd time. Wow. The only problem is we can't do this research because it's not matching any of the icons here. So we need to be able to clear one. Hopefully the next one will have that icon. And if we do that, we can do conservation twice. And that's actually great because so I think what we need to do instead of traveling over there, no, I already promised. But instead of traveling over there, I should have just do a sonar. But if you do sonar over there, it would be a waste of time because it doesn't count towards the goals. So I can still do sonar instead of conservation here because let's try and get another panel revealed before we do conservations because that it's going to save us some activation disk. Because if we can do this research first, then we can have one activation of a specialist will result in us being able to do two conservation efforts. So let's go ahead and do a sonar. Using the team leader here, we're just gonna take that one over there. Even though we don't get to reveal anything, at least we get the stats, and then it's counting towards the search the new shallows. So we get one reputation and one. I'm already at max there, so one reputation. I mean inspiration. Right? Yeah, we're already at max for research points. So I still have one more here. I can dive. Can I dive? No, I can't. Diving would be a waste of time anyway because we're already at max here. This is not good. So far, it's not very good. But yeah, we still have 2 more rounds, so hopefully things gonna look up the next 2 rounds. Okay. So the next setback is going to be all players return 1 activation disk from Def 1 or Def 2 zone of their choice of their supply. Yeah, this is a nasty one. Government intervention. So I'm going to return. Let's return this one. No, yeah, because I need to get rid of one of these, right? So let's return that one. I'm gonna return that one. Okay. And I get to recruit up to level 3. I'm thinking let's get another marine biologist. So let's go ahead and do that. Gonna get another marine biologist here. And we're gonna get 2 inspiration and here 1, 2. And now we can get 4 activation disc, which is great. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's definitely gonna help us out. We get 3 back, so we're gonna grab these 3 back. Okay. Now let's go ahead and get that again. So I'm going to use the team leader to go ahead and do that journal there. There are 2 matching icons with that: organic casing for deep sea exploration or advanced sonar communication techniques. Advanced sonar communication techniques will move these 2 up, which we will need for coordination and ingenuity. This other one will just move ingenuity up, plus the promotion. Wait, I haven't completed this action right now. So if I haven't completed the action, then it's okay for me to backtrack. Because it's going to come with a promotion, so we do need to have someone do something so that we can get that disc back and that person gets promoted. Who do we want? I think I want to promote one of these marine biologists. Oh, and we can't even do that journal over there because we don't have a vessel over there. God damn it. let's have the navigator. Wow. Let's have the navigator go ahead and do that sonar reading over there, just so that we can get that out of the way, and that would be the second panel completed for thorough. So I'm gonna go ahead. Oh, we still need to do a journal over there for that to be considered completed for thorough, though. Jesus Christ. Yeah, this is hard. This is very hard. Okay, well, one at a time. Just chill. Let's do navigator reveal depth 3. Looks like so. Let's get 2 panels for depth 3. One is the carbonate spire. A lot of journaling here, which would be great for us. We can travel there. And then the second one is a lot of conservation. So both are, I guess, good options. Let me think. If we take the carbonate spire, we will be able, and how many is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and they wanted me to do 8 conservations. And we don't have enough conservations. I mean, I don't think we can even get to do that many. That's the problem. And we only have one more round. We're running out of time. Oh, I didn't see that, by the way. We only have one more round to go. This is rough. Let's choose carbonate spire just so that we can we only need 6 journals. Yeah, that's not even enough. Okay, you know what? Let's do the carbonate spire, just so that I can get I can recruit a level 4 specialist next round. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. 1, 2. Yeah, this is very hard. I'm going to place this down here. Okay. Now let's go ahead and take care of that journal there using the acoustic engineer. And we're going to select we're so close in getting the 3rd vessel. So let's just do organic casing for deep sea exploration. Okay. This requires, we have to pay 2 research points for that. So 1, 2. And then we get to promote someone. I'm going to promote the navigator so we can get that back. Okay. Hopefully with this, it's going to match that icon, and yes, great. So now we can actually do that research, and then we will double up our conservation efforts if we do that research over there. And it only costs us 3 points to do that research, so that's what we should do. The only person there, this is perfect because I have 6. So let's focus on that for this. The remainder of this round. So I'm going to use the team leader to do the journal over here. Okay. So, and this one has the matching icon. So it costs us 3 points. 1, 2, 3. And what we get from that is we get understanding life in the deepest sea. We get 1 coordination and then 1 promotion. I didn't use anybody to do anything. I should have, but like I said, I'm not going to go back. This is the only way that I can learn, because I should have at least used. No one can do anything anyway. But yeah, I mean, I could have used one of the marine biologist, but then if I do that, I don't even get the bonus, so it works out anyway. But you know, but yeah, we're not gonna piggyback on our decisions. Once an action is done, I'm not going to go back, because that's the only way I can learn not to make these mistakes. So we're going to promote someone. I'm going to promote the marine biologist. So now how does that work? Because if they can do, so that means that with one activation we can get 4 done here on this panel. That's some crazy shit. Because once you occupy this, that means that if you occupy the marked journal site, when you conserve in this zone, you may conserve in this zone a second time. And since if you promote this person and the promotion will give you the ability to conserve twice, so with one activation disk you can do 4. I mean, it doesn't even, it's not going to help us though. That's the problem, because we're already doing the double thing now, and then the next round we're going to do the double, so it's not going to really help us. So I think I should promote the marine engineer instead. That way she can actually do something for our final round, because right now there's nothing, she doesn't do anything. She just sits there and look, just to look pretty. And now once she's a naval architect, she can travel and she can journal. So I'm going to go ahead and promote her. Okay, and then with this we can also activate the ability to dive, looks like, and that icon means let's see here, and claim an additional token from that dive site. That's nice. Alright, so we have another activatable research journal. Alright, and then now we're going to do some conservations. Okay. So now we're going to use the marine biologist here to do some conservation efforts. Remember, they each can do 2. But the funny thing about this is we don't have enough activation tokens. So perhaps I should have promoted one of them, but too bad, because I didn't even think about that. Because even though you can do 2 conservations, you still need the activation tokens, disk for them, to complete the tasks. So if I promoted one of them earlier with that 1 activation token, I could have done 3. But now I'm stuck with just 2. We're not going to be able to win this mission, seems like. Well, too early to tell. There's still 1 more round. Let's see what we can do, okay? Looks like I can win some activation tokens down here. So let's go ahead and grab ones where we can get these activation tokens. Oh, there you go. There's the solution. So I'm going to go ahead and grab this one. This one costs us no research points. And I get 1 reputation. And then I can Nights into Dreams link these 2. This one costs 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And remember, now we can do 2 with just 1 activation. So I'm going to grab this one. That gives us another reputation. And on top of that, we also get 1 impact token plus a second impact token from the Nights into Dreams link. And with the impact tokens, we're going to, instead of going for the scoring, because we're not going to be able to do that anyway, we only have 1 more round, I have to go this way. So I'm going to grab this one. The first one is going to land over here where I get another reputation. Oh, and another impact token. Plus an activation disk. Oh, this is delicious. Okay. And with the second one, I'm going to grab that one where I get coordination and a second activation disk. And with the impact token that I got from over there, from over here, I'm going to get this one, of course. And that you can move a stat up. Let's see if we can get resourceful here, coordination, ingenuity. So I'm going to go ahead. Let's do this one first, the coordination, so we can get 4 back at the end of the during the preparation phase. Okay, so that's done. So now I can actually do what I wanted to do originally. So I'm going to use the marine biologist here to activate 2 sites. And the reason why we can activate 2 sites is because of this over here. Once you do the research here, oh, and let's replace this, of course. You get to you can with 1 activation you can do 2 conservations. So the best one to do looks like would be this one, because then I will be able to get 2 activation tokens, because this is gonna reset bump to over there with 3. Or I can do 2 coordination here, which is going to help us with the resourceful goal. So we got options here. We can either get 2 impact tokens, or we can move our coordination up by 2. So let's think about this real quick. What can you get with 2 impact tokens? You can get 1 stat, which could move this one up, and then 1. Let me think about this. Now, if I could move these 2 down here by getting the impact tokens, and I think that would have made it an easy decision, but that's not the case. So I think we're gonna go this way. That way I can hopefully secure coordination. Okay, so let's do that. Okay, so it's gonna cost us. Oh, we're out of research points. I only have 3, so now the option is only. This is the only ones that I can do. So it's not even a choice. So I'm gonna do this one. So this one costs me 1 research point. And this one cost me 2 research points. So I'm at 0 at the end of this round. So we have to be careful, because we need to get it back to 6. That's not going to happen, because we still have to do shit. But I get 1 impact token there. Okay, so I'll leave it there for now. And then 2 reputation. And then with the Nights into Dreams link there, I get 1 more. So that means I get a second impact token. With the first impact token, I'm going to go ahead and increase my coordination up. Oh no, maybe let's do it ingenuity up. And then the second one, I'm going to go ahead and get inspiration plus 1 activation disk. Now the only problem here is, well, we need to dive, but we don't have a place where we can dive. I think what we need to do is we need to pilot. Okay, let's go ahead and pilot. Is there somebody who can pilot? Yeah, the naval architect can pilot. Let's go ahead and do that. Even though we're not going to get this, we use 5 now, but that's okay. So we're going to pilot this down here. And the reason why I wanted to do that, and then we get 1 activation disk. The reason why I wanted to do that is so that, because we're all done here. So we actually have 2 spaces that are going to be done, 3 spaces. We might be able to get a 4th one with Thoro, so we'll have to wait and see. Probably not, but I'm making an attempt. Now, do I dare use this? If we're going to do a research, though, we'll get it back. So I think we should use the reef diver here to go ahead and dive. We're going to dive here. And we can either get, well, with 1 activation disk, we can exchange that for 5 research points, but we don't have an activation disk, so I have to select 3 research points. Okay. Final round. We're playing the game faster now too, so that's great. We're at hour and 20-minute mark, and the funny thing is, I think the first 20 minutes was just me talking, so we're playing the game faster too now. Okay, exhaustion. Player returns 1 of their reservation site of their choice to their staging area. So this is nasty also, exhaustion. Okay. So that means let's choose this one because it's the cheapest. Okay, and the cool thing is we can get that activation token again. All right. Okay. Now, final round. I can select a level 5 now because this is all the way up. Let's see what we have here. Oh, if I hire this person, the biotechnologist, I get 4 research points. So maybe this is the right person to hire, and she can do also the conservation and journaling. So let me go ahead and hire the biotechnologist as our last specialist. So we get 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, that's good. We get 4 activation token disk for this final round. So 1, 2, 3, 4. We get 4 back, so I'm gonna grab this one. Oh, we're gonna put it here because we're gonna get that confused. 2, 3, and then 4. Okay. Okay, here we go, final round. Okay, the first thing we should do is definitely claim the rest of these. Okay, so I'm gonna use the marine biologist, and she can take care of 2 of them because of the bonus that we got for securing this here. So we'll get the free one, so we get 1 more reputation and then 1 activation, 1 impact token. Now we can either get more reputation, 1 inspiration. Yeah, we're not going to get the points, so I think we should head up this way so that we can promote someone and that person can take another action. So I'm going to go up this way then. That's 1 inspiration. Okay. And then for the second one, we're going to select... it doesn't matter, it looks like. No, it does matter. because we get an impact token if we select this bottom one. So I'm going to go ahead and take care of the bottom one. That's going to cost us 2 research points. And we get 1 coordination and 1 inspiration, which nabs us another impact token. And we're going to use that to promote someone. So we're going to go up here, and we're going to go ahead and promote the reef diver. Or should we promote? We do need to do some sonar, which we can do over here. We need to promote, let's promote the marine biologist instead. No, we need the diving too, so I'm going to promote the reef diver. Let's do that. And we get 1 more reputation. Okay. Alright, we need to finish this up. So I'm going to go ahead and use the marine biologist again to go ahead and claim that last one, which with 2 points. And with that last one, we get 1 reputation, which nabs us another impact token, and then 1 coordination. And then there's the Nights into Dreams link. We get 1 inspiration. And with this, I think I want to claim, if we go this way, we can move this up, which would help us with resourcefulness. So we go this way. Oh, with this one, I get 2 stats up, which we can use for this one. We got options now, starting to open up. But we just need 1, 1, 2, 1, 2. Yeah, go this way. So 1 more reputation. Okay. All right. So we have 3 sites that are completely done with thorough, for thorough actually, which is record for me actually. First time that ever happened. But to get 4, yeah, it's hard. We can actually move up here and oh no, you have 4 of those the diving tokens too, so that's hard. Okay, we need to move down this way. Or let's do sonar, because that was my original plan, was make sure we do sonar. So the hydrographer can sonar and dive. So we're going to go ahead and do that here. And here we can reveal a 2 and a 3. So let me go ahead and do that. And the Sunken Ruins actually has a special rule. Oh, if we take care of the sunken, if we take care of the dive site, then we can travel immediately after for free. Okay. So we're gonna reveal a Def 2 and then 2 Def 2s because we're trying to see if we can get any conservation sites here. So first one is resupply modules. This is not going to help us. It's definitely a no. Well, it might help us actually because it does move up coordination and ingenuity. And then the other one would be better, but I like the other option, to be honest, because I don't know if we can do this anyway. Dolphin pods. So there's the dolphin pods here. The reason why I like this one is because we can move coordination up, but the problem with that is I don't think it's going to help us. Running out of impact activation disks. We can't do any of these activities listed here. It's not going to help us. You know what, let's do this and see if we can do conservations over there. So I'm gonna select the dolphin pods and we'll put it next to the calving grounds here, right here. And with that we get 1 reputation, inspiration, 1 ingenuity, and then the 3 random dive tokens. Okay, so somebody needs to move this ship that away, so that's gonna be, looks like we're running out of play disc. That's crazy. Okay, I'm just gonna use the team leader to do that. We're gonna move here, and we get another inspiration, and that nabs us another impact disc token. And we're going to move that impact token. We're going to claim this area over here, which nabs us the coordination. And since that coordination goes up here, we get another impact token. And with that, I'm going to go ahead and select navigation coordination again. And it looks like I get coordination and an activation disk. Okay, very nice. And then while we're here, I'm going to go ahead and the only person who can do conservation there looks like is the biotechnologist. Is there like a cheap one? There's a cheap one here. This one gets us we need those 2, I think. So let's and we don't have enough disk. Well, let's see. Let's dive with the underwater photographer. I'm gonna dive here and see what we get. Oh, nice. 4 research points. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. Here's the thing. Let's count what we're able to satisfy so far. Able to satisfy leftover research. Coordination is out of reach, or resourcefulness. Fully completed zones out of reach. Journal, this is out of reach. Not enough journals. The sonar disk here is fine. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So this one's good. This one's bad. So far, I only have 2. Conservation, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I just need 1 more. That would be 3. But if I do that, I need to get at least 6 here. So, rough. Okay, well, let's do this. I'm going to go ahead and have the biotechnologist here claim that site, because that site's give me 1 coordination and 1 that's tricky though. Hold on, because I haven't completed this yet. Let's get this one instead, because that's not even gonna matter as long as I get the I want the activation, the impact disk. So let's get that one, and that uses 3. 1, 2, 3, and I get 1 impact token and 1 inspiration, right? And I'm going to use the impact token here, because that's going to give me 1 stat boost and 1 activation disk. So I get 1 activation disk, 1 impact, 1 stat boost. I'm going to choose ingenuity, and that will give me my 3rd vessel. And with that, I'm going to land the vessel here, because you can pick any surface level. That will give me another impact disk, and I can place that here to get me 2 research points. So that's pretty cool, because now I get my scholarly. So with the final one here, we can just move a vehicle. So I'm going to go ahead and use the naval architect to move this. Let's see, where do we want it? We want it here. So we get 1 ingenuity. Okay, and that's the game. Okay, 7 rounds, all done. I ran out of activation disk, and everyone basically did something at the end. All right, let's see how we fared for this mission. Let's look at the impact board. I only have 1 to 2 points on the impact board, so this is a fail. Let's look at search the near shallow. So I need to get 7 total sonar disk for the first 2 columns, plus vessel. Okay, and I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 8 plus the vessel. So this is a yes. Okay, journal the distant shoal. So with this one, the final 3rd columns, and we didn't even reveal the last column here, we need to get 6 plus journal plus vessel. So I only did 1 journal here and 2 vessels, so that's 3. So we are missing 3 more. So this is a fail. Conservation at depth 2 and 3, a total of 8 of them. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I'm missing 1. So that's a fail. Let's look at our scholarly, the bonus goal. First one is scholarly. We need to have 6 or more, and I have 6, so this is a yes. Coordination, our resourceful, our coordination and ingenuity needs, they both need to total 22, and I have 11 plus 8, so that's 19, so this is a fail. Completed zone, I need to have 4 completed zones, and I only have 1, 2, and 3. 3 completed zone, missed it by 1. So at the end of the mission, I was only able to complete 2 goals out of 7, so it's a mega fail. You need to at least get 4 to get a beginner level victory. Yeah, beginner level victory is 4, intermediate is 5, expert is 6, legendary is 7, all of them. And the most I got was I think it was mission 6. I was able to get expert. Yeah, and that was great. But so we failed this one. I'm not sure if the last time I played this, if this mission was successful, but still had a lot of fun. We solved the whole Sea Star conundrum, which I talked about at the beginning of the session. So that in itself is some kind of progress when it comes to this game. But yeah, I really enjoy playing this game. Will I continue playing it? I want to, but I also trying to get to the other games that I have, but we'll see. But yeah, I really do enjoy Endeavor Deep Sea. One of the best board games in my collection, for sure. Had a lot of fun. So yeah, thank you so much for watching.